and we're recording. Nicole is already here. Nikki, Sally is here, so you're nice and early. I love it. Good.
How many are you expecting?
We had 38 book on today, so it's been very, very good. Yeah. From my experience for free webinars, we usually get about a 25% turn up rate.
Right.
But recently, we've been getting about 50% turn up, sometimes more.
Yes, more people are at home, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. So the norm is about 25%. Yeah. Can you all hear me okay? Hello, Bonnie? Yeah, we're nice and early, so I reckon typically people turn up on time or just a little bit after, despite my request. So we'll probably kick this off about 2 minutes past the half hour.
Okay.
So if you've got something to do, grab a coffee, liquids in, liquids out. Now would be a good time.
Take that one off. What's that? I'll just take my picture off and I'm going to do some notes.
Cool. Hello, hello, hello.
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 Hi.
It's going to get busy. I'm just letting people in, guys. Thanks for coming in early.
Thank you.
We've got 38 people booked in today. So based on normal attendance rates, 25% will turn up. So, but I think we're already up to 9 people in, so that's 10. I think we're doing okay. So we're just about in normal territory, but recently about 50% of people have been turning up. So we should have at least 17, 18 people in. Getting busy. How you doing, Aaron? If you want to say hi and mute yourself, just drag your cursor down and or click on the screen. You should get
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How you doing, mate? You okay, Rud?
Yeah, if you click on the screen, you see the little microphone button that should be on mute. When I start presenting, I would request everyone to sort of mute themselves, but feel free to sort of network and say hi. Good to see you on the webinar here today. We've got someone called the Foxberg.
Hi.
Hi, don't know what your name is. What's your name? Where'd you come from?
It's Isabel. It's Isabel, and I'm in jolly rural Norfolk.
Oh, wow. Okay. All across the UK.
Yep.
There's Trevor there as well. Hi, Trevor.
Yeah, hi. How are you?
Good, thanks.
And
Good,
I'm
good.
calling you from Melbourne, but Melbourne, Derbyshire, not Australia.
Okay. Cool. Good stuff. Good stuff. Bonnie, how you doing?
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I'm doing well, thank you. I'm calling in from near Birmingham in the West Midlands. Nice to see everyone.
Yeah. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Well, I expect people to turn up over the next sort of 5 minutes. So it'll be a couple of minutes over. We'll start the meeting. It's a mixture of me sharing my screen. Oh, hello, Catherine. Catherine's here as well. Yeah, it's a mixture of me sharing my screen and the presentation. Clear my throat as well from time to time. So apologies for that. This is in my home, so there may be some background noise from time to time. But that's to be expected. So if you've got dogs, cats, or anything else walking in the background, that's absolutely fine. I can see Nicole is doing some work on a children's bicycle, so that's cool.
It's a BMX, actually.
All right. Okay. That's cool. It's always very interesting to see what's going on. Look, it should get very busy now. Hi, Stephen. Good to see you on the webinar. Stephen, Sophie, good to see you. Should get very busy. Just also, Peter's coming in. Great to see you. Hey, Hake. If you want to unmute yourself and say hi quickly, I'll be starting in the next couple of minutes. You're welcome to click on the screen. There should be a little icon there to unmute yourself. Kieran coming in.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. I'm good. This is Guy from Norfolk.
Great to see you. We've got 2 in from Norfolk. Hello. So if you look at the toolbar, if you haven't used Google Meet before, there is actually 3 little dots at the bottom right-hand corner. If you click on that, you can change the layout so you can see a grid view. If you want to take a picture of the screen, I think that's also. Oh, hang on, someone else coming in. Phil coming in.
Hi everyone, Stephen Walker from Suffolk.
Hi Stephen, how you doing today?
Bit harassed, but fine.
Oh my gosh, here's my good friend Sammy coming in from New York City. Wow, that's cool. Very, very good. Cool. All right, Sammy from New York City. How you doing? If you want to say hi. We actually met Sammy in New York City 2 years ago. Wow, that's amazing. Cool. We'll leave a couple more minutes, guys. So Oh, Peter Barker coming in as well. So this is getting very busy now. We're up to more than halfway through your attendance, so this should be good to. Oh, Rashpal, great to see you. So as I was trying to explain, there are 3 little dots on the right-hand corner. If you click on that, you can change the layout. You can even turn on captions if you're hard of hearing, which is really good. It's actually very good service, this. And I'm making a recording of this as well for the people at Princess Trust. So Cheryl's been very kind organizing this for us. And yeah, so there'll be a recording available as well. There'll be a mixture of me sharing the screen from both my phone as well. I'm just going to make sure that's actually working. Yeah, that should be working fine. And a bit of presentation. So I've got a little presentation as well to start with. And actually going through the LinkedIn profile, showing some practical tips. So you want to make notes. I did send out a worksheet for you all to use as a reference. I don't know if you got a chance to download that. I will actually go through that section by section, because that's going to be a very important part of your ability. So, oh wow, it's getting very busy, very, very busy. Right, so I won't keep you waiting much longer. There should be some more people coming in. How you doing, Sammy? Excellent, Catherine. Wow, we're up to 22 people attending, so that's amazing. So what I'll do now is I'll present my screen. Actually, what I'll quickly do first, guys, is bear with me while I do this. Cool. All right, all good. Here we go. The screen is going to be shared. Can I have a quick thumbs up from everybody if you can see this? Yeah, presentation coming up. Awesome. So welcome everybody to the Princess Trust LinkedIn workshop. In today's session, I will show you how to optimize your LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn's been around for a while. In fact, LinkedIn was conjured up back in 2003, 2004 in someone's bedroom who actually had a recruitment business. And they set out with the mission statement to connect the world's professionals to make them more productive and useful. Okay, I'm going to have to get out of here so to let this person in. Hello, hello, hello. Rose is in the meeting. Great to see you. Cool. Hi, Rose. How you doing? Good to see you in the meeting. Oh, we got more. Hi, Totti as well coming in. We've got lots and lots of people here today. Thanks very much for coming on the meeting. If you got here early, I will crack on with the slides. I'm sharing my screen at the moment, guys. Just decided to crack on with things. So, yeah, so back in 2004, they set out to connect the world's professionals to make them more productive and useful. But in a business context, and also from a professional point of view, there's a bit of I think a consensus that social media is a waste of time. Okay, and it's very overwhelming. It's very addictive. It's, we'll probably all agree that, most of our children spend way too much time on their devices right at the moment. But if you run a business, it's really difficult to manage time anyway. So being distracted by social media is just not really a good strategy. So the amount of time that you spend on social media needs to be productive and useful. And as we've seen, online usage increase because of the use of smartphones, and social media platforms, making it much easier to engage with people, you've really got to carve out a strategy that's going to work for you. And so with LinkedIn, and this was quite a few years ago now, I decided that there is an amazing opportunity here if you're looking for jobs, or if you're a small business, to promote yourself. And you know, to promote yourself on what is now basically the largest professional network. Yeah, it is social networking as well, but it is a professional network with 660 million active users. I think in the UK it's the 59th most visited website. Is definitely worth investing some time in. Okay, so, and the strategies that I put together was, number one, update your profile, make sure that it looks shiny and new, lovely, and congruent with what it is that you're offering from an employee point of view or from a business point of view. And then the second strategy, which we'll do in the session next week, is to actually go out there networking with purpose. So if you're going to go networking, you know, it's got to have some strategic intent. Either you want to find a job, yeah, that's your strategy, or you want to find a customer, right? And there are definitely do's and don'ts in that scenario. But I will be able to show you next week. And if you haven't booked on, I will make a link available today for you to book on. How to do that in an industrial fashion so that you can maximize the amount of time that you spend doing that work, because, you know, there is definitely, you don't want to be spending all of your time doing that work, and especially not if it doesn't generate any significant outcomes. Okay, so this presentation is really designed for sales teams as well, but the whole point is to create yourself a dashboard on your PC, and it definitely have some activities in there that you know are going to deliver results. Yeah, and you know, helping you build up what is in a business the most important asset, which is a prospect database. And if you're looking for jobs, then, you know, having a database of prospective customers or prospective employers is definitely a strategy that you need to think about. You know, that really is right. So just a bit of an introduction. My name is Edward van der Klein. I'm helping you here to leverage the power of LinkedIn. I've been doing this for a little while. I've helped many companies build up their presence on LinkedIn, from financial services to building management to accounting, and also in the legal sector. And then also most recently in my capacity as sales director for Blam Partners. Logo is now changed, by the way, but we've got a network of over 150 resellers all across the globe that sell our websites and mobile apps and digital marketing services. And, you know, a LinkedIn strategy definitely helps them sell more. So that's a little bit about me. I live in Worcester, by the way. So if you want to drop a link in the, just a quick comment in the chat, just a quick hi, tell us who you are and where you come from. That'd be wonderful, so we can get a bit of engagement on the chat as well. Definitely from a housekeeping point of view, use the chat if you've got any questions. I will dip in and out of the presentation and also the worksheet that was sent to you, and also the LinkedIn profile itself on both my mobile and the desktop version, to help you sort of navigate some of these areas where you can update your profile. So without further ado, I'm going to crack on with that. Thank you all for coming. Really appreciate your time. I hope you're all really well during this this obviously lockdown presentation, you know, situation. So really appreciate your time here with me today. So what is LinkedIn, guys? What is it? Now, as the picture kind of gives away, it's just literally a hell of a lot of people that are active that you can speak to. So when you go on LinkedIn, and if you're like most people, and don't worry, most people are like this, that you will have set up a profile at some point in the past, and you will have, you know, quickly put some content in there. To a greater or lesser degree, you may have even been to a LinkedIn course and found out how these things can work for you. But what I really want to impart on you today is that this is an excellent way to reach out to people, you know, to build up a network of contacts that can both refer you and introduce you to people, you know, if you're looking for a job or if you're looking for customers. Okay, so it is really about prospecting database. So some of the measurements that I put in place with businesses is obviously once you've updated your profile, there are a number of you know, key performance indicators. So optimizing your profile will definitely increase the number of views you're going to get to your profile. So if you're getting people looking at you, what do you want them to look at? So it's really important that you've got that clear in your profile. I'm going to show you that today. The other thing that happens is that people will send you invitations. Yeah, so people will invite you. So because you get more looks, you're going to get more people inviting you. And you know, what do you say in that scenario, right? So we'll quickly touch on that today and a lot more next week. So have those numbers ready, and I'm going to show you where to find those, and make a note of them today, because as you go forward from this presentation, you will update your profile, you will notify your network that you've made changes to your profile, you're going to get people looking at you. So that's an instant indication as to how successful you are with that. So you go from very few views to a little more views. Yeah, so and that's worth noting, because then you can see that you're actually making an impact there. Yeah, so now instead of it being just mindless social networking and you have no result, you actually get a result because you get more views, right? I hope that makes sense. And there's, you know, we continue on that way. So really, that's what we're doing today: optimize and set those little goals and what you want to achieve. So today I'm going to show you some of the settings, how to update your professional network, how to edit the contact information within your profile, edit a vanity URL, nice little touch. Yeah, we can make a personalized URL today. Very, very important. We're going to talk about the summary and some of your work experience and what the benefits are of actually filling those fields out, because most people don't. We can talk about recommendations there, definitely. Skills. Oh, we've got another late entry. Just bear with me. Salma, great to see you. Great. Oh, excellent. I just saw you're all on the chat. Good to see you here, guys. Absolutely fantastic. Great. Get involved in the chat, guys. Any questions? Just tell us where you're from. And maybe also tell us a little bit about your frustration about LinkedIn. What frustrates you about LinkedIn? And if you've been using it for a while, what are your successes on LinkedIn? So it'd be good to know if you want to just mention that on the chat. Thank you. Cool. So yeah, I'll just leave it like this, to be honest, because this is the last slide I'm going to show you today of this presentation. So yeah, we go through your work experience, recommendations, skills, education, volunteer experience, and projects. So those are sections that we briefly touch on today. And then goals tracker. Really, that's more for next week. Yeah. Appearance in search, definitely. That's something we can go through today. Cool. So that's it from the presentation. And let me just, that's the one. We need this one, this one. So everybody's got this document. Guys, we're about 15 minutes in. So I would like to open up the mics if you've got any questions for me as well. Probably about 10 minutes before the end. Yeah, so we've got at least another half an hour of this. Feel free to just dive into the chat if you want to, with any questions that you've got. So, but you've got, if you don't have this, then the best thing is just to email me, edward@blam.online, and I will just drop that into the chat as well. edward@blam.online. There you go. Feel free to email me. So cool. We've got some. I suppose my frustration with LinkedIn is not knowing how to use it to its full potential. I know it's not working for me, and I know I can do more. Don't know whether to bother with the post updates. Sure. I don't have the document. Yeah, just email me, Catherine, if you don't have that. Great to see you here, Lynn. Hi from Russell. Trevor, awesome. Melbourne, near Derby, not Australia. Yeah, Kavan. Hi, how you doing? Also from Derby. Guy from Norwich, Nigel from London, Isabel, PT Mentor, Rural Norfolk, Foxburg Centre, Naturopathic. Oh, excellent. I like naturopathic. Tom Cable from Nottingham, Phil Webster from Nottingham. Great to see you guys. Thank you so much for being on the, okay. Anima Kick, a West Midlands-based social enterprise. Nice. Animal assisted therapy. I like that. Cool. Nikki from Brazil, living in Derby. Awesome. I'm not going to go down the Portuguese route because I'm not very good at it. But obrigada. Cool. All right. Let's go into the LinkedIn profile optimization worksheet. So I'll talk you through it, guys. Just a quick thumbs up if you, or a quick yes in the text if you can see this. Okay. I will just increase the size of it ever so slightly for you, which we can do here. That better? So this is really useful, guys. So once you've downloaded this, my recommendation is to use this document to actually make the edits before you publish it into your LinkedIn profile. Yeah. So resist trying to make things up on the spot. Being from a content marketing background, there is definitely, and even from a writing background, there's definitely such a thing as the ugly first draft. Yeah. So what you come up with in this moment might be absolutely brilliant, but chance of it is that it's not that brilliant, right? And you haven't really thought it through. So it's worth putting your content or whatever you're going to publish in your LinkedIn profile on a document in private, and then maybe share it with some people that know you, and then let them read it and maybe comment on it, and let it sit there for a day or two, and then come back to it at some other point, and then looking at it to see, whether it's actually making sense. Okay. The other thing is, unless you use some fancy software, the editing sort of spell check capability of the actual platform of LinkedIn or wherever you're publishing is not that good. Yeah. So if you're using a proper Word editor, whether it's LinkedIn or whether it's Google Drive or whether it's Microsoft Word or whatever else you use, that has got a built-in spell checker. So it's going to help you along with that process. So there's some hints and tips in here on how to do that. And the first thing we're going to do is the professional headline. So obviously in the context of my business, we recommend this one, but you can do it yourself as well. And you can edit that by adding these, little icons in here. And, now also you're allowed to do emoticons. So you can do these things in here instead of these vertical bars, which I like because they're professional. You can use these diamond shapes. And the reason you're using these is because they make you stand out in the search. So if you come up, your professional headline will come up, and when you come up in a list, this professional headline will stand out as opposed to you being the director of, or the employee title of, right? And the way that LinkedIn works is because it's built by recruiters for recruiters. They're looking for people, like a marketing manager or a marketing coordinator, and although that's your title, yes, absolutely. To the world, that doesn't mean anything really. That's really for recruiters to look for marketing managers that they want to recruit, right? So come up with something a little bit more holistic, and think of this as the why that people choose you. They definitely need to be keyword rich, and that's I know a jargon phrase in my business, in the content marketing business, but keyword rich means is that those are the words that people are actually typing into search engines, which you get found by. Now, LinkedIn isn't an SEO tool. Yeah, it used to be, but not so much now. But it still really, really works. If you use the keywords as to why you want to get found, and really put the why that people want to hire you, or why they want to, employ you. Okay. So there's some tips in there aside from the name field, and you're really only your name belongs in that. Some people use telephone numbers. It's not really the done thing. And then, don't accept the current title, the current apply. Use compelling, colorful words and keywords. All right. So that's a way to edit it. And then literally what you do is you copy it out of there. Yeah, copy. And then you go to your profile. And then, what do you even look at here, right? When you're in the editor, a lot of people don't know what this means. But you've got these little pens here on the side. Yeah, and this is where you can actually click on those pens, and then the editor within LinkedIn comes up, and then you know, I've got here, become your own boss and build a scalable business. Yeah, I can just do paste. Yeah, there you go. That's good enough. Yeah, for me, I've got one character left, so you can see that the character amount is being good for me. I'm not going to do this, by the way. I'm going to keep mine because I like mine, because it's designed for a specific reason. Yeah. Also, these fingers pointing down, I will show you how that works, for example. But that's the best way to do it. Yeah. So go into your document, come up with this good, you know, and edit it. You know, you can use this one if you want to. If you want to become a blind partner, feel free to use it. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, use it for your own purposes, but and then just copy it out there. Okay, hope that makes sense. Can I have a quick thumbs up or a yes in the text? Everybody okay? Everybody with me? How we doing? Yes, yes, yes. For me, I need to learn to leverage LinkedIn better to get my clients. Yes. Okay, Edward, how you doing? He's in. Awesome. Excellent. Great. Thank you, Edward, for coming on to the meeting. We're 27 today, including myself. So that's a pretty good turnout, guys. I like you guys. That's amazing. Yeah, so hopefully that was useful. Hey, Sammy, good to see you, my man. Cool. All right. So, yeah. So here we go. And actually, it's probably worth showing you how this actually works on the mobile. So I'm just going to put this one on here and there. And I go to my LinkedIn profile. Hello, there's Dowie. Hey. If I go to view profile. So as you can see on a mobile, the way this works, and 70% of all traffic now happens on a mobile, guys. Yeah, you can see the reason why I put these little down pointing fingers there, because I'm telling people to read more below. I think it's about 3 seconds you've got now on a mobile to capture someone's imagination before they start swiping away. Yeah, people have got the swiping motion going on. We're all tapping and swiping nowadays instead of clicking and scrolling. And so this is definitely, I'm encouraging people to read more below, and I'm looking for that engagement, right, immediately. So become your own boss and build a scalable business, of course, and then you read more below, and then you can see, and then we're going to talk about that next. We're going to see the about, which is your summary, okay? And by the way, you know, when you do these things, that's another thing that's probably worth mentioning, yeah? Give you, you know, if you want to really stand out, do this regularly. Update your content on a regular basis. Like most people, you've probably set up your LinkedIn profile once and then never looked at it again. And that's the reason you're not getting the results that you want, because you didn't go out there with a strategic intent to go and do something. Now, my job is to, you know, grow my business and find more clients. So that's definitely, that's hopefully shines out all over. And we have a process for that, you know, to share a lot of valuable content with people, you know, so that they're interested in reading our stuff. And then eventually, you know, we ask them to have a conversation with us at some point. And that's very much the process here. Yeah. I think what a lot of people expect from social media are immediate results, and that's not something you're going to get from social media. You get results from you know, making sure your profile looks wonderful so that people want to be there. Yeah, it's a bit like coming into your house. Yeah, if you haven't tidied it up and it looks like a hovel, you know, then, you know, people come in and go, yeah, I don't want to be here. But if it's, you know, nice plush environment, you know, you've got coffee on and you've put some nice biscuits on the table, people go, oh, this is nice. That's cool. So this is the same thing. You know, you're just making it look good. You're putting your best foot forward, and you're giving someone value. You want, you know, you certainly make it, people want to be there. I hope that makes sense. If I have a quick yes in the comments, that'd be wonderful. Cool. So there's some more bits and pieces in here that you can edit. And bizarrely, either hidden on this thing is this thing here. So we're going to talk about that a little bit, which is contact info. Now, the other way you can get there is by going to contact info. Yeah. So it's either hidden in here at the bottom. Yeah. Or you can dive in straight from, yeah. And then you edit it like this. Okay. So the first thing you get are 3 web addresses. Three web addresses. Now, the way that it looks with you, in fact, I need to change this because we've got one on it on Friday. So I'll press save. But the way that it looks for you is when you go in here, this will probably look like this. Hang on, let me just save that one. It'll just look like that. Yeah. So what you have to do is you have to go to this drop down here and then go down to other. Yeah, and then I can paste this back in and I can put in here discovery. Yeah. And the way that it looks on your profile, yeah, is that like that. And these are actual clickable links. Right. So these are worth having. Yeah. Again, then they don't have any SEO value. Yeah, there's no SEO value. And they used to have. Yeah, they used to be very powerful, but they've removed it since Microsoft has taken over LinkedIn. In the free profile, a lot of these features have been turned off, but it's definitely worth doing. Yeah. And how does that look like on the internet? So this is your web address on the internet. Yeah. So if I'm not on LinkedIn, hang on, let me just show you that even better. So we'll just do Control-C there, and I can set up a new incognito window, so it doesn't recognize me, I think. Yeah. Oh, okay. That didn't work. It's asking me to join. But it's essentially that is your web address, you know, on the 59th most visited website in the UK. And this is what it would look like. Yeah. This is what people would see. Yeah. All of this content sits within that LinkedIn profile. All right. So really powerful that you get these links right. Yeah. So if I go into contact info there, you know, people will be able to click on that. Yeah. Obviously your email address as well. And you can put it in a Twitter profile. So there's a few more things that you can edit here. So there's these web addresses to do all 3 and make sure they're specific, not just your homepage. Telephone number, if you've got an office telephone number. If you don't want to show your mobile number, that's also good. And obviously a business address if you're a business, your email address, your Twitter profile. And you can add other instant messengers as well. There's Skype, ICQ. Does anybody remember ICQ? QQ and WeChat. So those are Chinese ones. Cool. And it's my birthday in 2 days' time. Happy birthday, me. Thanks. Cool. All right. That was the contact info section. So we'll go back to the document. Oh, I forgot to mention picture. Excuse me, guys. Just 1 second. Right. Everybody still with me? Got some texts. We got some text. Happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's a blast from the past. Cool. Is it worth upgrading? Good question. How regular is regular when updating? At least once a month. Yeah. But the thing is, what I'm proposing to do here is once you've updated your profile, you're going to spend some time in it. You've made an update. Next week, we're going to see the results. And then we're going to start networking. And then once you get the sense of networking happens every day. You know, you can go out networking every day on your mobile, especially. So you might want, you know, you might have something new that you want to post on a daily basis. So there's always content that you can add in. And as you saw, my webinar changes every week. So I really need to change that twice a week, which I haven't. And what I'm probably going to do, now thinking of it, I'm just going to send people to the webinar sign-up page rather than individual webinars. Cool. All right. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So where am I? Professional picture. Now, I'm I'm quite keen about that. Just make it not a wedding picture. Definitely not a wedding picture. Don't have a drink in your hand. Yeah, definitely not a drink in your hand. But a professional photo, yeah, if you already have a good one, you know, nowadays the photos you can take with a smartphone are just absolutely phenomenal. So just set it up, you know, make sure you put on a nice shirt with a little setting, make it smiley, make it memorable. I was lucky recently. I went to the NEC for the Festival of Enterprise, which was like a networking event, and LinkedIn was actually there, and they had a photo booth. So I had a picture taken, and I had one that's just was like that, quite boring. And then I had one that I kind of did like this, and I ended up using that, which actually works really well. But make it recognizable. You know, make it you. You know, if someone, you know, is having a pleasant chat with you, just make it smiley and friendly. You know, it really makes a difference. Okay. Right. So contact details we've gone through. Just to let you know, we're about halfway through. Websites, yeah, so there's an instruction how to do that. Make sure you rename them, yeah, and then use the web addresses within your website. But you know, if you're a charity, if you support a charity, just you know that's also good. If you want to use the short codes that I showed you, there's a site called Bitly. Bitly's cool. I can quickly show you that. I use it a lot. Although for some reason the Princess Trust IT doesn't like my Bitly links, so sorry about that. But they do work. Yeah, so we've got. In fact, this is probably worth. We've got David Rahman speaking to our partners on Monday. But David Rahman's actually got 3 sessions going on as well on his Mind Coach website. If you want to quickly look at that. So there you go. Yeah, you see, I do a lot of webinars, but it's nice to see. You know, there's a good one. 54 clicks on that one. We had a good one there. Cool. So contact settings, here we go. Bitly, use short codes. If you've got an appointment scheduler, so there's loads of cool appointment schedulers out there. Things like Calendly, if you've heard of Calendly, offers a free online appointment scheduler. That's really, really important. We use a system called Visita. Absolutely amazing. Obviously, it's a bit more advanced. It actually costs quite a bit of money, but it's worth it. You know, if you're a personal trainer, you can actually take money on this as well. If you're a coach, you know, the $60 a month that it costs is good. If you want a referral link, we do have a referral link, so we get paid a little money for referring it to you. I will share that with you. So Nicole, you use Calendly? Yeah, great. Yeah, absolutely amazing, because that's what it is all about, getting that engagement. Ultimately, once you've built that profile, guys, you know, people are going to look at you. Your strategic intent is to have a meeting with these people at some point in the future. Yeah, so that is really why you're doing this. Yeah, you want to reach out to an employee, you want to reach out to a potential customer. Yeah, after the networking is over, yeah, you've got to ask them the question, you know, can I have a job? Or, you know, can we do the business? And that's ultimately the strategic intent. And I do this with sales teams. And, you know, we talk about that a lot more next week. You know, don't be that person who asks that on the first encounter. Yeah, really don't. You know, that's the easiest way to lose a prospect, is by asking them for the business on the first encounter. So your contact settings, I went through that. And also, it's probably worth mentioning that on how that looks on a mobile. So if I go back in here, so you can see that there. Oh, by the way, here's your dashboard as well. So this is a number you want to. I'll show you that on the desktop as well. This is a number you want to make a note of today. So I've had 502 people view my profile, and that goes up and down, but it's pretty consistent. Yeah, so there's people there that have looked at me. But your contact details are at the bottom, I think. Yeah, there you go. Contact seal. So you see, these are clickable links. Well, that's not been updated. Hang on. Okay. Didn't like it. Let's go back. Discard. We'll wait for that to update itself. But yeah, these are clickable links, guys. So they're worth having. And as you can see, there's loads and loads of interesting stuff there. I was quickly going to go through settings as well. So it's probably worth going into the settings. Yeah. There's a privacy thing. Is edit your public profile. So there's your custom URL. We're going to go through that now. But it's probably worth going through here. Profile viewing options. Yeah. You want this on full open. Yeah. A lot of people go in there and they say, I want to hide. I mean, what's the point in that? If you're going to go networking, you've got to be open, and it's got to be you, and it's got to be true. Okay. This is something that's a bit ambiguous with a lot of people. People who look at you also looked at. Viewers of this profile also viewed. Just switch on, guys. This is a it's a small world, but it's also a massive world. Yeah, and networking is a good thing. And if people are afraid about showing off potential competitors, that's okay. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm not worried about my competition too much. All right, so there's loads and loads of. Have a look through the settings. Yeah, it's worth looking through the settings to see what is going on there. So next thing I'm going to show you is how to update your profile URL. Excuse me, I'm just going to take a drink. Again, go into the settings here. Go to the bottom. So this is your actual LinkedIn address, yeah, for your profile. So when you drop into that, actually, this is probably worth noting. Here you see what your profile looks like, and as you can see, I've really built this out. And this is my web address on LinkedIn. This is my web address on LinkedIn, guys. It's absolutely filled out to the max. And probably can update it a bit more if I want to, but this has been built up over years of different opportunities. So if you go into here, edit custom URL, that's the one you want, and then you can edit the extension there. Yeah, so this extension you can edit from edit your custom URL, and that really needs to be your name, right? But you can also be your business name. I wouldn't recommend it, because once you've set this, yeah, you can use this address, yeah, that address, and then put that into the footer of your of your email. Yeah, you can have a link there. There you go. There it is. So these are the little things that you could do to expose more of your profile by sharing this link. Yeah. So change it to something you're in love with, and then share the hell out of it. That's the whole point. Okay, I hope that makes clear. Any more questions from anyone? I know this is mesmerizing as I'm sort of jumping through things. Any more frustrations with LinkedIn? Need to learn leverage. Yeah. So the client bit, Nicole, we do next week. Using it to its full potential. Yeah, definitely start off with your profile first. How are we doing? Okay. Are we still with us? We've got, sort of 10, 20 minutes left before we go into some live Q&A. Right, next. Hello. I'm a counselor, but I wouldn't presumably find my counseling clients here. I don't know. It's yeah, definitely 660 million users. I think you'll find a few clients. I mean, what kind of counseling is it? Updating my file a little as we go along. Absolutely. And use the document. So you're welcome to use the document and sort of spend. Yeah. So there are lots of more sections within this profile editor. So you can add here, add profile section. Yeah, so you got your intro, your about, your featured, but also your background, work experience. So this is quite a new sort of editor thing. So here's your skills bit. Yeah, you can add skills, and there's a skills database within the thing that works. Yeah, so I can go content. You know, but content writing. I could add that on. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, and it even makes suggested skills. I'm not going to do that too much now, but yeah, you can have a little play with that one. Education, obviously, licenses and certificates, very important to build up your credibility, but also accomplishments, honors and awards, projects, courses, patents. You may have a patent, test scores. It's really, really good. And obviously, if you're looking for a job, the more you know, built out this is, the easier it is for a recruiter to find you. Cool. I didn't even know you could have different languages in here. Interesting. That's a new feature. Look at that. I'm not going to do that though. I might mess it up. But that's definitely worth exploring. Okay. This is a new section, perhaps not available for everyone at the moment. Edit business info. So I'll leave that for now. I want to talk about in the last sort of 10 minutes about really the most important part of your profile that's worth spending a bit of time on. Actually, before I go on to that, it's the featured section. Yeah. So this is show content posted on LinkedIn, articles, links, and media. That's a really cool little section here where you can add in videos. So if I click on that, yeah, I can move these about as well if I want to. But I can publish my blog in there. Yeah. I can publish my blog in there. I can add by clicking add. I can add an article. Yeah, so our articles there. Yeah. But you can add loads of content in there, videos. So I can add a link. Yeah, so I can put a link in there to, you know, the lam.online blog. Then, you know, there's a shortcut directing people back to my blog, which is awesome. Add that. And it'll find it. And it's really cool. We're doing a bounce back business bundle at the moment. And then press save. All right. And you can move these around as well. And again, on the mobile, it looks really, really cool. And it's one of the first bits of content that people see. So that rich content, yeah, is really important to add that on. And that can be stuff you're interested in. This also shows your activity, yeah, what you've been sharing and playing, you know, engaging with, yeah, and that's a really cool thing. You know, stuff that you've published and engaged with. Obviously, we're doing the work with David, so we're promoting him a little bit. Cool. But yeah, so last few minutes, I just really wanted to talk about the about, the summary. And as you can see, the editor is just absolutely, you know, excuse my French, rubbish at, you know, I mean, you wouldn't even know where you are if you start editing this. So that's why I recommend to spend a bit of time within this document to go about this. This is a conversation between you and the reader. Yeah. It's more from you than about you. Okay. Avoid the me. Yeah. But you know, who are you? How you help others, how they can help you. Yeah. Solicit, you know, you're looking for engagement. Yeah. This is a moment to engage with people, but you know, also just give people an opportunity to, you know, to get in touch with you. Because that's my strategic intent, is to get people to get back to me. All right, book a meeting. That's my number one goal. for networking, is to get to a meeting scenario. Yeah, be interesting, be interested, a little personal, with limited historical info. Even better, take a friend for lunch, and just share this content with them. Yeah, they need to feel like you can talk about you, and nobody it makes sense to you, but it makes sense to no one else. So, but then most importantly, sleep on it and review it the next day. Give it time to mature. You will, most of the time feel completely differently about what you've written the next day. Yeah, it really is. It's important. And then always end with a call to action. Yeah. What should they do next now they've been introduced to you? Yeah. So simple as book a free consultation. And these are templates, by the way, that you can use. Yeah. You're happy for you to copy this. Obviously, make sure that you edit it, to make sure that it's your stuff. Here's another one. Yeah. Thanks for visiting here. So excited to see you. I've used this for a while. There's another, and this is the latest one that I've got. And as you can see, I mean, I can edit it in here, yeah, and make it look good. But to edit it in the editor itself, it's just, it doesn't help itself for it. So have a play with it. Have a play with this content, and make it look good. Yeah, make sure that it's correctly spaced. If it's just one big block of text, it just looks like a big block of text. If you space it out and make it look engaging with emoticons. So I'm just going to show you how this looks on the mobile, because that's where it really has the impact that you're looking for. So again, this has a flow. Read more below, and then here's the about, see more, and then you can see how that looks. Yeah, if that was one big block of text, it just it'd be lost on people. And in fact, this bit with the contact information is starting to look a bit messy, to be honest. So I actually might change that. So it's worth reviewing these things, guys. And you can see my latest update, obviously linked to the blog. If you click on that, it's a link to your website, guys. It's a link to your website, which is really, really, really important to have links going back to the destination that you. So your LinkedIn profile is basically a gateway to your space. Your networking ability will increase massively. Your networking power, yeah, will increase massively with a rich, thought out profile. Yeah. So my goal for you for today was to share this content with you, for you to go away, spend some time on it. Yeah. I would expect you to spend a couple of hours in the next week. To really have a think about this, write this stuff down. As you're making the updates, make sure that you keep the setting on that you're updating your profile. When you're updated, you actually notify your network, because that's where you'll see the number of profile views increase, because people get notified automatically by LinkedIn, or all the people that you're connected to will get told that you're updating your profile, which means they get a notification on their phone to say, Trevor's updated his profile. Sally's updated her profile. They get notified. LinkedIn does that work for you. Yeah, so that's a really powerful thing, right? And then next week, guys, we're going to talk about networking on steroids. Yeah, we've got some really, really cool hacks showing you how to do that. So we've got 10 minutes left. I want to open it up for questions. What if you have more than one service, i.e. call to action? How do you divide it up? Yeah. Yeah, really good question. So my recommendation for that would be, is two things. First of all, in your experience, have your two different jobs in there. Yeah, so there's me as the international sales director. Yeah, so that's one. And then I've got my company page as well. You can set up something in your company page called I can't think of the name now. What's it called? It's called a showcase page. Yeah. You can have dedicated showcase pages. So you can have your counseling service or your counseling business is one, and then you can have a number of different showcase pages which are worth setting up separately. And then you can link content to that as well. More questions? All right, guys. See you later. Bye-bye. Thanks for your help and see you next week. Not quite done yet, guys, but if you want to move on, that's absolutely fine. Happy to answer any more questions. Would love to speak to Nicole, as you were first here. Need to learn how to leverage LinkedIn. Yeah. Absolutely. It's more of a professional profile, so and definitely worth reaching out to. Would love to speak to you about that. Cool. One thing that's worth mentioning is obviously the company page is something that you need to set up. If you scroll right to the bottom of LinkedIn, which is really hard actually, there's business services here. You can create your company page from that. Yeah. Create your company page, and then it goes into that. But there's also more. There you go. If we click more there, you've got small business, that one. And that's worth seeing for everyone. So I'll drop that in the text. And here, chat. So link to the next webinar. Yes. Let's do that quickly. So if I go to me, I will find it for you now. 21st. Just, there you go. I will drop that link in there now. Thank you all for coming. Would I be sharing a recording of this webinar? Absolutely. Does everybody have their LinkedIn profile worksheet? Yeah. You're welcome if you need it. Any more questions, people? We've got a few more minutes left. I will drop a link in for the document. Hey. Oh, I've got to drop this down now. Sure. That link, copy link. And drop it in there. Also, I will get you the Visita link if you're interested in Visita. With that. It's been most informative. Thank you, Sally. Thank you very much. And you're welcome to the follow-up next week. I would love to see you there. And yeah, guys, if you loved it, one of the things is what I really appreciate is a little recommendation on my profile. Feel free to share, to sort of, connect with me. I will connect back. Yeah, maybe that's an idea. How's this? Stick your LinkedIn profile in here, guys, and then we can network. Forgot about that one. But we'll obviously go into that a lot more detail next week. Yeah, this has been so good and insightful. Thank you. I will be there next week. Aaron, it's been great to have you. Thank you, guys. Feel free to drop any more questions if you want to. Catherine, we're going to connect now. That's a good move. Connect, and I will show you, actually, as we do this, how I do this on steroids. There you go. There's my message. Where did that come from? You'll find out next week. Awesome. Excellent. Okay, here we go, go. I'm loving this networking bit. More. Connect. I'll show you how to do this on a mobile like an absolute LinkedIn demon. You'll be a pro. You'll be a pro next week. Trevor. Stay safe, Samuel. You're in New York City. How's things over there? Hope you're well. Thanks, Trevor. Let's connect. Cool. Crazy. Yeah, but we're using things often in the UK here, so which I find crazy. Thanks, guys. Just wrapping things up now. Any final questions? Happy to support you if you want to. If not, have a wonderful day. Peace and stay safe. Nicole, did you like that? Yeah, can you unmute yourself? Have a quick chat.
Yeah, it was really good. Thank you.
Awesome. Anybody wants to unmute themselves and have a quick chat? You're welcome to join in at this moment in time. We've got a few minutes left. Yeah, so to tell us a little bit about what you do. What's your business?
My business is actually the same as yours, content marketing and strategy. Recently just started it. I was doing some digital marketing for a company, and since the pandemic hit, they decided that I wouldn't have a job when I came back. So I just thought, I've been wanting this opportunity for so long to start my own business. So contacted the Prince's Trust and just set everything up the day that, lockdown hit. Yeah.
Brilliant. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, it's really exciting. Just I've acquired so many skills over the years just from self-teaching. I did a degree in engineering, but I won't get too much into detail, but decided to go into the marketing side of things.
Which is also engineering in a way. It's figuring things out for people. Yeah, offering solutions.
I like it because it's technical, which is what I'm good at, and taught myself how to code, so to manipulate data and things like that. And I just think it's creative as well as technical, so it's the best.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some really cool stuff that I could share with you as well. We're a digital marketer. We're a digital marketer certified partners.
Thank you.
So there's some books here that I can share with you. Well, we'll connect anyway. We connected on LinkedIn and on Facebook, didn't we? So
yeah. No, it's really good. I think Prince's Trust has been amazing with everything.
Yeah.
My mentor is an absolute powerhouse, and she's just on it with me, which I love. So hopefully, let's get this thing going.
You what? Sorry,
No, my mentor is an absolute powerhouse, and she's really on it with me, which is great because I just want to start getting more clients and and LinkedIn.
Who's your mentor?
Rona Morrell or Morel. I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name.
Okay, cool. Excellent. So, anyone else wants to join in the conversation? All right, we're feeling shy today. Stephen, you okay? You want to join in? You need to unmute yourself, my friend. Click on the screen and then tap on the mic.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, well, Stephen Walker, company's called Motivation Matters. Started as an entrepreneur when I was 55. I want to change the world. It's been an uphill struggle. Became a Prince's Trust mentor, I suppose, about 15 years ago as well. Just want to give back. And really my platform is that people don't know how to work properly, and people certainly don't know how to manage it properly. I think.
All right, mate. Stephen, you're changing the world by getting up in the morning and being on your mission.
I do my best.
That's all you have to do, mate. Yeah.
Okay.
Good work. Excellent.
Hi, Edward. Yeah, I'm good. I've been using LinkedIn for, well, it must be 6-7 years now. From a business point of view, I've built up a reasonable network. I'm continually trying to build a network for my industry, which is the cast metals industry. But when I got involved with the Prince's Trust, I'm trying to encourage all my clients to use LinkedIn where it's applicable. And the difficulty is they find it very scary to start, because it's a little bit like when you say that you should be using the document editor they're scared of posting things or putting things on there which portrays their business in a bad light. And what I find is I spend a lot of time trying to encourage them to do this in a correct manner.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the thing is, if you don't post anything, you're not going to be on it. So,
Sure.
yeah, don't be afraid of it. That's the thing. I mean, the problem is we're not all, you know, specialist content editors and managers. But the thing is, profiles like TikTok and Instagram and you know, LinkedIn now to a certain degree as well, it's just made it a lot easier to publish content, so that it at least looks half decent. The thing is, the problem is with a lot of these things, people want an instant result. Yeah. And they just need to get rid of that idea because, look, I appreciate where most of your clients come from. Yeah. But that's a confidence thing. That's actually nothing to do with LinkedIn. So your job, I think, really should be about helping them, you know, bolster their ego a little bit, you know, and, you know, have you really figured out what you actually want? And then just focus on that, because then the pathway to these promotional tools will just become natural. Yeah. How come one person, yeah, can be completely liberal in that concern? And I'm not going to mention any specifics here, but I think you kind of guess what I'm on about. Yeah. They're literally flouncing every personal aspect of themselves. On the internet, and on the other hand, you got people who are shying away. Well, look, you know, you've got to move a little bit more towards the middle here. Yeah, we don't expect it to be that you know, person who does all that. So I use the analogy with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Right, Arnold Schwarzenegger is an anomaly. It's not the norm, guys. So you know what he's achieved is remarkable and amazing. Yeah, but just doing a little bit of exercise every day, yeah, will move you towards that middle. So we use a method in our business called the KPI method, the key the key person of influence method. And look it up. It's a guy called Daniel Priestley. And so there are people in your industry who are the gurus. Yeah, they are the people who've got all the following. They've got all the books. They've got all the speaking engagements. So Nicole will know this. We've got a guy in our industry called Gary Vaynerchuk. Yeah. We can't all be Gary Vaynerchuk. This is impossible because there's him. He's the number one guy in our industry. But we can adopt some of his practices in order to move deeper into that circle. Yeah, you're on the outside, you're scratching around, and that in itself gives you lack of confidence because you're on the outside. You know, I'm not important. But just move towards the middle. That should be your goal. That should be your endeavor. That should be your resolve, is to move towards the middle, because you know, you might get there one day, but it's going to take time and struggle and effort. And so we need to support them in that sense and give them the tools to do so. And I think one of them is confidence, definitely. You know, you can't keep hiding behind like, I'm not good enough. It's just, you know, guys, stop it.
Well, 100% agree, but I think what you've got to be able to do, or what the trust should be maybe thinking of trying to do, is to have a roadmap to enable the individuals that are starting out in their own businesses how they can go down this journey with LinkedIn and other social media.
But that pathway, those strategies, they will follow once they've figured out what they actually want.
Yeah. Okay.
Knowing what you want. Yeah. So Nicola said she set out to do engineering. Yeah. Not really her passion, but she thought it was the right thing to do. I'm guessing, by the way. I'm just paraphrasing here. Yeah. And found something that she wanted to do. Now, as a natural occurrence, then this happened naturally. I need to be on social media. I need to be doing those things. You need to find a reason to do it. You know, and don't get me wrong. And one of the things I didn't sort of mention in here, I go on a massive rant when I do this in front of companies. Yeah, I said, guys, you know, most people are like you. They're not on LinkedIn, not in the way that I am, not in the way that people who are in the recruitment business are. Yeah, so curb your expectation as to what you're going to get out of this. Yeah, because they're not going to look at this stuff. Yeah, they're not going to look at it. So you're going to have to work extra hard in order to get it in front of people. You can't just publish something. Yeah, I mean, a website is a billboard in the desert. It literally is. So you need to direct traffic. You need to go to the city and say, my website's over there. Yeah. Now that's going to cost the travel of the journey. Yeah. That's going to cost your time. That's going to cost the leaflets that you're going to print out, which are your ads. Yeah. The strategy starts with a website, but you need to direct traffic. And social media is just a way for you to be able to hack into networks of people. Yeah. So that your little profile. Yeah. So you've got your website, but then you've got your Twitter, your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your TikTok, your Instagram. Help me out, Nicole. What else is out there?
Snapchat,
Snapchat,
YouTube, everything.
YouTube. Yeah, definitely YouTube. Definitely YouTube. Massively under-resourced by most people.
Can I say something though? You mentioned Gary Vaynerchuk, and I believe that when most people start using social media, they're really scared of being themselves. And the reason that people like Gary V are so big is because he's 100% himself.
He's not though.
You said it all comes from the confidence that you have.
He's not though. That is a persona. That, and he admits that.
But he created that, and everybody already applies it to him. If you know what I mean. Like when you think Gary V, you think loud, aggressive, in your face sort of person. But he does give value with this. Yeah, he does give value. And what most people don't understand is that everything that you put out there, everything is valuable content as long as it's aligned with the message that the company or the business has. So I think people overthink the process too much when it comes to posting, instead of just putting pen to paper and letting everything out, what they want to say, and maybe give it to a friend or give it to a mentor to evaluate to see the structure or the wording, if it's fine, and then post. But just take the load off, overthinking too much about what you're going to post.
No, I agree, and this is what I tried to convey with this message here, is that use a Word document to shape it out. Yeah, I've laid it out in the sections, as much as I can, as what LinkedIn does. I mean, this is quite old. It's actually based on the old editor, but the editor is still useless at editing content on the fly. It's not supposed to be done on the fly, guys. That's the thing. And also, the same with Instagram. The reason a lot of people are not posting is because they're scared of posting in the moment. Just remove that moment. That moment happened yesterday. I don't care. You're posting it today. It could have happened last week, right? But it's still new content to me today.
Everybody that's successful on social media nowadays, they schedule everything, because it is too much pressure to just create content on the go all the time. So
it's not normal. It's not normal. This is new learned behavior, and everybody's got a different speed of adoption to these things. Now, kids do this stuff on the fly, and most of it is rubbish content, right? Yeah, it's the ones that get the millions of views. It's been thought out, guys. It's been thought out. So, you need to just think of it as a strategy. It's a business strategy, and this is what I tried to convey at the beginning. Yeah, don't spend too much time, because you'll get distracted. You'll go off down a rabbit hole. Yeah, and you're sniffing around. Somebody did a great presentation about social media usage, and then resembling it to a number of different animals. Yeah, some people are rats. They go down every little nook and cranny. Some people are foxes. They sniff around. Yeah, some people are, I can't remember which ones they used, but those were some of the ones that they used. And we're all the same, You go down the rabbit hole, and then 20 minutes later, you go, what was I doing? Well, just avoid that. I mean, it's going to happen. Don't get me wrong, but just stop yourself and then get out of the ad hoc, immediacy of it, and step away as to what you're trying to achieve, and then really build that strategy from the ground up. So that you that's why people like Nicole and myself are in this business, is because if you're a window cleaner, your business is cleaning windows. So I need to be cleaning more windows to make more money. Sitting around on social media is a waste of time. Yeah, because it's not cleaning windows. All right. Well, on that on that note, Catherine, Najla, Kieran, Salma, great to see you sticking around for a bit. Thanks, Catherine. Really appreciate you being here. We've got a few more chats going on. Hopefully you found it useful. Great to have a nice little discussion towards the end. Consistent branding. Yeah, Stephen, thank you for that. I will sign off. Thank you. I'd love to catch up with you, Nicole.
Yeah.
Speak to you soon.
Bye.
Peace. See you on the next one. Cheers, Steve.